Yeah, I've seen it all before with Mike Perry's, and I say Mike Perry's because his style is not unique. He is one of many fighters, the exact same. I've had to deal with them before, and I'm going to destroy him.
He's an Englishman, man. He's polite. Get him some tea and crumpets and tell him go lay down somewhere, because I'm gonna put him to sleep. My name is Platinum Mike Perry, and I am a bare knuckle fighter out of Oakland, Florida. Been in the UFC for 5 or 6 years. I fought 15 times while I was there. I fought over 20 times as a professional. I've been in the boxing ring. I competed at Triad Combat, and then I beat Julian Lane, who is an experienced bare knuckle boxer and bare knuckle fighting championships. And I'm looking to make my second bare knuckle fight for BKFC August 20th against Michael Venom Paige, a world-class fighter like myself. I'm gonna break your hands with my forehead. USA! I'm going to put pressure on you constantly, and there's nothing you're gonna do to get me off.
He's an aggressive fighter, and I've been in front of many though, you know. Very few fighters have been in front of fighters like myself, because there's very few of us. Yeah, I'm walking a Rubik's Cube for fighting, and a lot of people are too stupid to work it out. And that's what it's gonna be. You know, he's gonna come forward, he's aggressive, he hits hard, but you're only as hard hitting if you land on your target.
The only thing I know about MVP or Michael Venom Paige, I met him in London. I mean, I've seen some of his fights over the years. He seems like he has an idea of how this is gonna go, but you know, he said it. He said, I'm gonna come forward, things like that. That's just what I do. But I'm Swaggy McGee too. I got the moves and I got the sauce. So whatever he want to bring to the table, we know what I got in my back pocket and on the front of my face, on my forehead. I don't care. I'm moving in, I'm slipping and sticking, and you know, I mean, he's a tall, lanky guy. He's an Englishman, man. He's polite. Get him some tea and crumpets and tell him go lay down somewhere, because I'm gonna put him to sleep. You know what I learned from my first fight in bare knuckle was I learned that I already should have known what, you know, people were gonna do. I feel like it happens every time. I feel like I've seen it time and time again, where they talk and they run their mouths, or even if they don't talk, you know, it's just everyone gets in that ring and they run away from me. That's what I learned. They get in that ring and they run away from me, and they wait and they wait and they run away and they hide and they try to cower away, and then they throw a sneaky snake punch or something like it's gonna hurt me. You can't hurt me. So find a new fucking plan, because it ain't gonna happen.
And the crowd at SSC Arena Wembley. Michael Paige has him in the palm of his hands. Right hand that clutched him and ripples. He's giving up. He's doing it. He's giving up. He's giving up. It's over. Michael Venom Paige, 13-0. And all I can say is mamma mia.
When I saw it, I shit my pants, dude. I was like, what? They just signed MVP? How is this possible? And I said, when do I get my chance? Don't let MVP get you emotional. All right? That was the big mistake that I made in that fight. My family, my cornermen, my coaches were all like, we've never seen you this fired up. But it was not a good thing. I let him get to me emotionally so that I fought emotionally. All right? He needs to keep his cool, keep his composure, walk him down, miss the big blitzes, and make him fight on the inside.
You think that's going to be hard for Mike Perry's? We've seen he's an emotional guy, but he's a fighter. He might be
Right.
able to compartmentalize it. We'll see. Do you think he's going to be able to get Perry emotional? Like,
Yes. yes. MVP is pretty good at what he does, you know. I've always prided myself on being a well-composed fighter, and I lost it when I got in there with him. This is one of the biggest fights that's ever happened for BKFC in history of martial arts, fighting, bare knuckle, doesn't matter. This is a huge fight. You could see the response. People want to see this fight. Perry's a huge name from the UFC. MVP is a huge name from Bellator. It's got fireworks written all over it. He's in for a fight, that's for sure. MVP's a real deal. He's a real deal.
I'm the one and only MVP, Michael Venom Paige, and I fight out of London Shoot Fighters, the greatest MMA gym. Originally started in Laogai Kung Fu, what the Chinese do. Then crossed into kickboxing, freestyle kickboxing, more the speed element, and I won 10 kickboxing world championships, untold amount of British championships, untold amount of European championships, won every kind of major event within that organization. Crossed into the mixed martial arts world, but also did a bit of boxing, 2-0 in boxing, 2 KOs, 2 fights. I've always grown up in a rough area to the point where I'm actually quite comfortable navigating through the area, know everybody and know exactly, I've become very streetwise in terms of just understanding where there's danger, where there's not danger, where to go, where not to go, so on and so forth. It's also a lot of culture in these areas. There's a lot of different multi-cultures, different communities, different backgrounds, different religions. It teaches you people very, very well. So I've always been happy to be a part of them.
But yeah, in general, the area's very different now, but for the better.
I've been in combat my whole life. I've been in fights, unfortunately. That doesn't mean anything. There's guys out on the street, they can't fight for shit. So you going out there beating up people that can't fight doesn't help you. Yeah, you're fighting somebody that knows combat very well. And I'm gonna be that sniper that puts you down. For me, this is why I seem to kind of fall everywhere, is because I just enjoy combat. If you give me a new challenge, I will definitely just work towards doing that and achieving and winning in that discipline. So I love combat. I love when new people come in here and they bring something different, learning there. It's hard to see Mike as anything because he's not somebody that I've followed much through his career. Like I know of him, but I don't really follow him that much. You hear the stories. I've seen a couple interviews of him, and it kind of seems like that's part of his his character. We've met the other day, and he didn't seem too much of a loose cannon. He seemed quite respectful, so I can only go on, our interaction, and it seems to be cool. So, but I know he's going to be a loose cannon, when we get in that ring, and I'm ready for that. He seems like a tough guy, enjoys being hit, enjoys hitting, enjoys the whole experience of being in combat. There's certain aspects of it that I respect, aspects of it that I just don't care for. Like the whole being hit, feeling like you're a tough guy, I don't care for. I think the game is about landing shots, not being hit, and finishing on top, being the victor at the end of it, and that's what's going to be for myself. Yeah, I've seen it all before with Mike Perry's, and I say Mike Perry's because his style is not unique. He is one of many fighters, the exact same. I've had to deal with them before, and I'm going to destroy him. It's not about thought process, it's about knowing. I've seen it already. The second they mentioned his name, the second I saw his style, I've seen it many a times. I've seen it in different ways, front hand, backhand, slips. I've just seen me embarrassing him and then just putting him out. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. He's not smart. He'll just, a whirlwind, he'll try to come towards you. And that's usually his downfall in his career. This is why he hasn't hit the heights. This is why not many people know about him outside of his hype. He's got a big mouth and that's what he sells fights on. He's not known for his epic fights. It's a chess game, and there's so much to learn. That's what keeps me interested, and that's what keeps me, stuck doing this. And I think there's a lot of people, especially with my style, because it's got such a unique style. A lot of people, a lot of other fighters, and I've actually heard it from previous opponents. They've said when they've watched me fight, they were like, "There's no way that guy can do that to me." And that's how they feel. They genuinely feel that way before the fight. And then when they step in a ring, cage, whatever it is with me, they realize I'm the real deal. They realize how fast I am. They realize how deceptive I am. My movement is ridiculous. And my precision, my striking, how I demoralize people, it all happens. All these flashbacks of all the people that they were watching me fight, that they were claiming is not good enough, they realize they were. That's just how I make people look at the end of the day, and it's the same way I'm gonna make him look. I want everything I do, I wanna win. I played basketball the other day, I wanna win. If I'm playing, I could be playing with, on computer, I wanna win.
MVP and me can go play Sea of Thieves, so we can see if these nuts will fit in his mouth, because he ain't fucking gonna do shit to me that I ain't seen before. I already know what his little rubbery Gumby ass is gonna try to do, and it's gonna be run away and hide and cower until he can get a sneaky snake shot off. And it's not gonna fucking work, because I'm impervious to Venom.
He knows I'm great. He knows that, this fight is gonna sell. This is why he's doing it. He's gonna get paid well. It's not gonna be a good night for him.